Hello, good morning. Now we are going to see, we have seen the DNA and we have seen about the genetic code, right? Now we are going to see the another nucleic acid RNA. Okay, when we see about RNA, what we are going to see in this RNA, I'll just give a brief note. First, we will see what is RNA. That is one thing. Okay, then how this RNA is produced? Okay, that is by transcription. Then how this RNA, what are its function is translation. Okay, and in this translation, what is involved are the three types of RNA: mRNA, gRNA, and rRNA. Messenger RNA, transport RNA, and ribosomal RNA. These three are involved in translation. What is transcription means? The DNA produces RNA. This is called the transcription. This RNA is nothing but mRNA. This is transcription. Then we should know what is RNA. It's a single helix strand. It is a single strand. I again want to bring to your knowledge, as DNA are always present here, RNA functions here in the cytoplasm because its main function is protein synthesis, right? But this RNA is produced by the DNA. So DNA produces RNA that comes out, and that is called mRNA. So it has two other RNAs, tRNA and rRNA. They all together work in the process of protein synthesis. So the function of RNA is protein synthesis that takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell, not in the nucleus. But what is to be synthesized is directed by DNA. DNA cannot come out. Once it comes out, it is RNA. But what it does is it replicates, produce a copy of it, and send it out as mRNA. Okay, actually, whatever the DNA wants to convey the message, that is stored in mRNA. So mRNA, I'll give you a brief note. mRNA comes out and stands like this with the code, triplet code. The codes which we have seen, what is coding? This is mRNA. I am giving a complete briefing, okay? Then we are going to see about every topic. When it has some code, okay? When this code, this is tRNA. With this code, this tRNA brings an amino acid. So the tRNA brings, it reads, okay? How it reads? It has a ribosomes comes here. This is rRNA. It has two subunits, smaller and bigger. The smaller subunits is to read it. It read the code, convey the message to tRNA. Based on that, tRNA brings this amino acid and comes and joins here exactly, right? This is how. Then this is shifted here and here and here. It goes on, reads, and a long chain of polypeptide chain is formed, that is called a protein. Okay, this is the total process. Now we are going to see how RNA is produced from a DNA. Then what are the three types of RNA? What is the difference? Then how this translate the code into a protein, which we are going to see. That's why it is called the RNA world. That is what it is given in the book as RNA world. We will enter into the RNA world now. Right. I have given you certain basics to you. What is RNA and what is its role in the cell. Okay. Now we are going to see actually speaking, RNA is the first genetic material. Do you agree? RNA is the first genetic material because it is involved in protein synthesis, formation of proteins. That means it reads the codes and based on that it prepares. That's why they say RNA is the first genetic material. But RNA acts as a catalyst in the protein synthesis. Once it is involved in the catalyst, and this is an unstable. This is an unstable compound. Right. Whereas DNA, which makes RNA, okay, hence DNA is stable. That's why the genetic hereditary material is DNA because it is stable. Okay, it is also doing the process of genetic work, but DNA is a stable compound. Okay. Right. Coming to how this RNA is produced, the word is replication. Replication is a word. The DNA produces another complementary set of RNA, that is called the replication. So, the DNA is a double helical structure. It is like this. Okay. And I mean, one is 3N. If it is 3N, this is 5N. This is 3N, and this is 5N. There are two strands in the DNA. Okay. So I will separate this strand like this. One starting from 3, ending in 5. One starting from 5, ending in 3. So based on this, we can call the DNA. It is DNA replication. Based on this, we can call it the 3 to 5 strand is the template. Template strand. This 5 to 3 is a coding strand. This is called the template strand and this is called coding strand. Okay, normally the 3 to 5 strand acts as a template and this only is going to produce mRNA. Okay, this is now we are going to see how this is going to produce. This strand is going to produce mRNA. there is a model proposed that is called semi-conservative model. That is, what they say is, when the helical structure at the tips, the hydrogen bonds get dissolved and the strands get separate. And this is the 3,5 strand where the complementary mRNA is produced in this direction. This is 5, this is 3 direction. And what they say is the another strand is also producing DNA, but it is producing bit by bit. Okay, because the replication needs an enzyme, RNA polymerase. And there are two enzymes involved. RNA ligase. Ligase is fusion, joining, and RNA polymerase is for breaking. And this enzyme acts here. It acts always in the 3,5 strand, and its complementary is 5,3. So it starts working here. So it won't start work here. Instead, the entire DNA helical structure is not completely unwound like this. No, it is not like that. Actually, what happens is, I'll draw it here. It unwind only here in the tips. Okay, not completely. Okay, so the entire replication takes place in this place. This is called replication fork, like a fork spoon. Instead of a coil, the coil is split here and here only the process takes place. Suppose this is 3N, this is 5N, this is 3N, this is 5N. Actually, this is the template strand, is it? So the other complementary mRNA is produced here. And this strand, what it does is, the RNA polymerase does not work here. So it starts in the fork, in the end of the fork, it starts here and produces bits of RNA. Okay, and if you see, this is 3, this is 5, this is 3N. Okay, that means this is 5N, this is 3N. And here you see, in the proper template strand, it makes a complementary mRNA. It is a continuous. It is a continuous process. But whereas here, as the RNA polymerase can't work in the 5,3 direction, so it starts here inside and it comes out and in this direction. This is called a discontinuous. But here it is, the mRNA is made continuous, but here it made bit by bit. These bits are called Okazaki fragments. Okazaki fragments. Okay, and these Okazaki fragments are connected by this RNA ligase, and it connects and it produces a continuous mRNA. So here two processes takes place. It made it into bits, and that bits are called Okazaki fragments, and that is connected by ligase and it makes a mRNA. But whereas in the template strand, it's a continuous process. So RNA polymerase makes a proper mRNA strand. This is called replication. Now the two strands of mRNA are produced. This model is called semi-conservative model. This is called the semi-conservative model of replication. Okay. Now we have to give a proof for this. How you are saying it is a semi-conservative model. Okay. So there is a proof. Okay. The experiment was done by the proof. The experiment was done by the two scientists, Miles and Amstel. In the year 1958. They done an experiment on bacteria E. coli. This is a bacteria, Escherichia coli. So what they did is, there are nitrogen bases in the DNA. So what they did is, they have made 15NH4Cl. This 15NH is a heavy isotope of nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen has 14N and 15N. It's an isotope. Okay, though it is an isotope, it's a non-radioactive. Note this point, it's not a radioactive element. Okay. What they did is, they have just introduced this chemical, okay, in the cell. So these nitrogen bases are involved in the process of replication. And how to find out these are involved in the process? Okay. So what they did is, I'll take this. This is the double helical structure. Now they have added this, and while cell division starts, the replication starts. And replication starts in the phase of cell division, S phase. S is nothing but synthetic phase of cell division. So what is synthesized? The DNA is multiplies. So when they have put this chemical, what happened is, now this is with the 15N. I just mentioned. This is with 15N. And this 15N DNA strands now produced, this is N14. N14. Okay, and these two are N15. Okay, then after one generation, how to find out whether this is involved here and it is making another complementary pair? So they have taken this, it's not a radioactive. So what method they followed is centrifugal method. So they have taken this chemical and they have centrifuged. The heavier components will go down and lighter will be above. And when they have seen this, in this stage, it takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes they have seen in the cell division and they have made the centrifugal, they have seen intermediate. They are not very heavy, they are not light, they are in the intermediate. Okay, and they are hybrids. Okay, and in the next generation, what happened is, we'll see. One is of this, one is of this. These enter into the next generation. Okay, what is it produce? So it produce like this, and above it produce, both are 14. Okay, and 15 is also here. So when they centrifuge in the second generation, again after 20 minutes, that is in the 40 minutes, they found equal. That is N4 and N5 are equal. So that shows here, as it is equal, N4 and N15 and N14 are equal. They said it is equally produced. That's why they call this as a semi-conservative model. This is an experiment just to prove that the E. coli undergoes replication like this fashion. Okay, they have just added a chemical and they trace the chemical by the density gradient, by which they have just proved this is a semi-conservative model, right? So what we have seen today, just we will have a brief. Let it be the first page of RNA. RNA is a nucleic acid present in the cytoplasm. Actually, it is produced by the DNA and which comes out to cytoplasm and does the work of protein synthesis. There are three types of RNA which we are going to see: messenger RNA, tRNA, mRNA, right? And the production of RNA from DNA is called replication. And replication is in two processes: transcription, translation. First, it makes an RNA, then it makes protein. Now we are going to see how this RNA is produced. And in the production, they have mentioned a model called semi-conservative model. In semi-conservative model, the tip of the fork, the helical structure unwind and it makes a new replicate into a new mRNA. That is called replication of DNA and makes a RNA. In that we have seen there is a procedure. There are two strands. One is a template strand, one is a coding strand. And template strand runs between 3 and 5 direction, coding strand in 5 and 3 direction. And there are two enzymes involved in the process of replication: RNA polymerase, RNA ligase. RNA polymerase works only in the direction 3-5 strand. So one strand is 3-5, it is a template strand where it starts its process of producing mRNA. Whereas the other strand, the RNA polymerase cannot work at the tip. So it works in the middle, and from in the opposite direction it makes fragments, and that is called Okazaki fragments. These fragments are connected by the another enzyme called RNA ligase, and it makes a proper RNA. So by replication, it makes two strands of single-stranded RNAs. Okay. Now we will move on to the next topic in the next video. Okay. Bye. Just go through, have doubts and clarify. Right. Bye.